Very good morning, viewers. Yes, today we are on live in the morning as the sir who is going to join us, Mr. Yogesh Varia. He is a teacher in the Thakur Public School and he is busy throughout the day. So he has requested that we do this today morning, and that's why we are here today morning. So I am Meena Shah and I do this series which is called the Enlightening Conversations, where we share knowledge for our parents and all, of course, for all of you. The idea is that all of us have knowledge. Each person has knowledge. However, if we share the collective knowledge of many people, then I'm sure again it would benefit many. Thus, we invite educators, teachers, and anybody. Mr. Yogesh Varia. I also request parents or even teachers who are interested in joining in, and sharing their knowledge to contact us. And it would be lovely if more and more educators joined us simply to share knowledge for our parents and for our viewers. So, good morning, sir. Good to see you here.
Good morning, ma'am.
So, Mr. Yogesh
Thank
Varia
you so
is,
much.
yes, you're most welcome. So, Mr. Yogesh Varia is a teacher at the Thakur Public School. He is teaching commerce at junior college, and he is an avid sports person. So, sir, what sports do you play?
Basically, cricket I was playing at the school time, and other than that, some other sports, like mountaineering or something like that, going on some hilly areas or something like these are my passion. So I
Great.
always feel that sports is something very important for our life. And when we were in school, that time there were no internets and mobiles and everything. There were no much of exposure to media as we have right now. So we can see that today's generation, the students are there who are 90% occupied with their devices and gadgets and all the online classes and this, that, and even you ask them to see play or something to do, they'll be doing something on mobile. But very few of them would be interested to join the sports and all. So that's
Yes,
why I feel that we should take up this topic, to
yes,
discuss.
yes, I understand. I understand completely. We also see that all the time, except for the very young ones, who don't really have mobiles or parents don't give it to them. They are the ones who I
Correct.
see playing downstairs in my building or in the garden, but I do not see them, I do not see older children playing. So you are very
Yeah,
right.
correct.
So what role should a school play in this? How can a school encourage children to, be part of sports?
Okay, so most of the schools, nowadays they have a separate, divisions for sports students and they allow them some concession in attendance or something like that. That is a way to become a professional player. But then I would suggest that each parent should identify some of the sports activity where child is interested to, inclined to, and just not a part, everyone cannot go in Team 11 of India, but at least you can improve your health and physical fitness and everything, and lot many things you can learn by doing the sports, like maybe you can learn the life skills, you can know the team building area, you can respect others, uh, advantages or limitations, you develop the way of winning and losing as such. Today we find lot many cases of depression and all, just a little bit of things which are not going in your favor, and you find that someone is demotivated or losing morale. But sports person doesn't do that much because they know that winning and losing is a part and parcel of our life.
Yes, you are so right. And they say, cricket especially, they say cricket is, teaches you so many life skills, and it's
Yeah,
like, a part of, I forget the exact wordings, but they say cricket is very much
yeah,
like life. You win, you lose, you collaborate, you take part as
yeah,
a team. So
yes,
and so many other team sports would, help in this manner, right?
yeah. Yeah, they also help you to, control the movements, like, some extraordinary things you can bring out in yourself when you are, into a pressure game or something like that. So that builds your own confidence that you can do this. Like, how the player comes in the last moment and, within certain number of balls, they have to hit certain number of runs. So, target achievements, those things we can easily get. when we do any kind of sports. I'm just talking about the cricket point of view, but it's not that. There are all the games which has lot many qualities. I've just list out some of them. Like you can learn the time management because every sports has time limit. So it teaches you that how to manage your time. Even when you go for your practice schedule, you know your own things to you have to carry by your own bags and everything. You have to manage yourself rather. So like every time your parents are not available to help you out, and that's the reason you should learn that management techniques, that how do you carry your kit of that particular sports, whether things are available with you, how you help others when you are new or you are learning or you are masters to something. So it's like giving something to the society at large, a sports person can do. And we have seen so many achievers, they are giving so many things to the society, they are running so many foundations, and they are giving back to the nation as such. And it's a matter of pride, when you are holding Tiranga to the national or international events and representing your nation. You can see the environment which we had seen recently in Australia when Indians were playing in Australia. So many Indians had come with Tiranga and all. So it's a matter of pride, for someone playing sports on behalf of the nation.
Yes.
It's like that.
Yes, I understand what you're saying, and at the moment, as you said, not everybody can play for India, but we can play for our own city, for our own suburb.
Yes.
At the moment, it's just something. By the way,
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
society, every January holds sports events. And of course, there are
Correct.
teams from building against building, and there's so many events happening, and children are so excited, and there is so much happening.
Correct.
It's so much fun, and we see, so many, and not just children, even adults are taking part in this, and
Yes.
it's so wonderful. The talk is only about sports and achieving, and as you said, time
Yeah.
management, and they somehow manage to squeeze in everything. So
Correct.
sir, at this point, let me ask you now, today's children, they are going from one tuition to another. They come back from school, they go for tuitions, they have exams, they have tests. Where is the time to play? Is there time to play?
Yeah, I think they should manage at least 2 sessions in a week for some activity. I'm not saying that every day you keep devoting your time because see, there are some people who are passionate about it. Of course, for them, sports is their life, and they will, like 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. or evening around little late evening also, they'll just be on the ground and they'll be doing the work. But all children cannot be. So at least 2 hours you can find out in the beginning. At least once in a week you go for sports activity. And that also you can schedule. Why not? Like you can schedule your XYZ class at particular time. Why can't you give 1 hour to your sports time in a week? At least twice, 2 days in a week you can manage. So that way we can do. Now the problem over here is, we are just competing because others are doing something. We need not go into that rat race. We just need to find out what we like. And only one thing we need to do. Now, as you are saying that students are struggling to get the time and they are, having a lot of activities. What is the reason? Reason is you are studying also, you are doing drawing classes, you are doing this sport, swimming, and n number of things you do and you are not best in any of it. So instead of that, be little selective, select lesser activities, but do quality activities. Just because others are very good at cricket, I should go for cricket. No, it's not. I am maybe interested in football, then I'll go for that. I'll be
Yes, you are
doing something. Yeah,
Yeah, you are right. You are right in what you are saying. And another thing which I noticed, again, from generation to generation, things change. However, when it was our generation, we simply went to play. We just went out in the open. We just, played badminton. We
correct.
played whatever, kho. We just played anything.
Yes.
We just went out. But
Kho,
today,
kabaddi, all these sports.
yeah. But today I notice parents are putting their children into classes for this. They are not playing, how do I put it, in open spaces without
Yeah,
any purpose and just to play, to enjoy. That is not happening.
correct. Yeah, so that is a requirement of today's time because today we are just, we have become, something like that. If I want to do something, it should be shown to the society. And that way we are thinking about every activity. So natural life, a basic element of sports in our day-to-day life is just eliminating out. But I will tell you the revolution has happened in India after the IPL, Indian Premier League when they started. that, earlier it was like, I want to play only for India. That was the only option. Now I have different states teams, and now slowly we are going ahead. Even we have pro kabaddi league and all this. So that way sports is gaining a lot of importance. And along with that, new courses are also there. If someone wants to build a career in sports, just to name some of it, there is a bachelor in sports management nowadays. Earlier we had only option of BCom, BA and BSc, but
Okay.
now it's not like that. There are new programs called BSM, Bachelor in Sports Management. So you exactly get training also. Professionally, you can get the training how to work in the field of sports. And it is not only becoming a sports person. There are so many other aspects to the sports which we can elaborate, and which students can think. There is something called MBA in Sports Management. There is also another program for masters. Even PhD we can do with the sports subject. So that kind of options and opportunities are available today. If you really think, like, other than out of the box courses like CA, CS, MBA, law, or something like that. If you want to do something beyond that, then sports can be one of the career option also
Yes,
for
as a
life.
matter of fact, my son is doing his MBA in sports management.
Correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I didn't think of it that way, but you are right.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
one more question, one more question. So again, I notice parents that after the children reach that 8th standard level, where they feel now they have to go in for, they have to go in for their, how do I preparation for standard 10, right?
Yeah,
The
maybe some
children,
competitive
no,
exam.
yeah, no going to play, or rather less of play, more of other things. So what advice would you give such parents?
Yeah, I would say that totally, just if you say that, like, for example, I am saying that, let's say my child is in grade 10, and because he's in grade 10, he should not play sports. Then can you eliminate the element of usage of mobile from his life? You cannot. Still, he's using mobile for 2, 3 hours every day. So why not to replace that 2, 3 hours of usage of mobile to at least 1 hour for sports? You can encourage. And each and every child is preparing for some competitive exams. I agree with this, but then 100% people cannot become IIT, because each and every field has a its own role to play. It has own place in the society, and that's why you cannot have every student is going for science. So there are some who will be going for science, there are some who will be going for commerce, there are some who will be in arts, and at least 10-12% students are there who are inclined to sports only, and they know ki I have to do this, so they sometimes balance also. And basically I'm working with, just to correct you, I'm working with Thakur College of Science and Commerce here. So
Okay,
here
sorry.
we see the students who are excellent in both. We had a student who was ranker in the HSC board level in our college, and she was also in sports, and there also she was doing excellent. So sports students are not average student in academic. They are, at times they are par excellence also.
Yes,
We
yes,
should not
correct.
yeah, we
Yeah,
cannot deny that fact.
yes, I can understand that because it is not just academics, but it is much more. There are many people skills involved in sports,
Yeah.
right? So therefore, I can
Yes.
understand that. So,
Yes.
any advice that you
Yeah.
would like to give our parents, sir?
I would just say to the parents that just find out where your child is passionate about. Every person, as I told, cannot be a sports person, but some part of sports you can give some time to in your life. If you like sports, you also play a bit of, because currently, every building has got some Premier Leagues, like Gokul Dham Premier League, and kind of things are happening.
Yes.
So people do take part in that, encourage them. And one thing I am very much sure, that we are learning for what? We are not learning only to get the marks. We are learning to become a good personality. And it's 365-degree development, 360-degree development we need in our life. So every day you cannot just keep reading and reading and reading. You can devote your time to different activities in your life. It can be sports, it can be music, it can be cultural activities. But beyond academics, if you do, the advantage is one of the skills which you develop can become your career and a profession as well in the long run. And it is said that the person who is uh, the field of their hobbies and interests, they are actually blessed, because you like something and you are earning also and you are making your career also. So nothing like that can become for our life. So we need not just run behind the degrees. Of course, degrees are there to reach at to certain level, but there are people who are beyond those things and they are achievers as well. Just to sum up, there are some more professions we can do with the sports. Are diploma in sports. We have diploma in sports medicines, diploma in sports management, diploma in science and nutrition, diploma in coaching institutes of like trainers, sports coaches. We have got BSc in physics, physical education, BA in sports management, BSc in sports science, BBA in sports management, and MSc in sports coaching. So these are so many career options. So my purpose of today's session with you is, ma'am, just to enlighten people that there is something which can be a career also in sports, and you can make your professional life in that. Okay.
So thank you so much, sir. And I'm sure this, is going to help a lot of people, a lot of parents.
Yeah.
So I thank you very much. Thank you for your time. Huh? And you wanted to do
It's my
another
pleasure.
session, we definitely do it again. So thank you, sir.
Sure, sure.
And goodbye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot.